Hey friends, welcome to a beautiful afternoon in West Grove, Pennsylvania. My name is Drew with 𝗗𝘁 Construction Renovation. We're here in the beautiful preserve at Inniscrone dealing with birds. As we always say, the birds are back and they're causing lots of trouble right here in Inniscrone. So what we have up here is one of these standard vents that the builder put on all these houses. The challenge is this grill down here at the bottom gets lots of sun exposure and starts to fall apart after a number of years on the side of the houses, especially on the southern exposure. This is on the north side, so it's not too bad, but it's very easy for the birds just to reach around, pull that down, climb in, and they'll leave it intact and climb up inside and start building their nest. A lot of these are broken off, so if they're broken, it's even easier for them to get in. But they've gotten smart. They figured out how to open these things up, get inside, and build their nest. And so what we want to do is seal this off so they can't get in, which, relatively speaking, is a simple matter, but a lot of these are 32 feet up the side of the house. If you walk with me over this direction, how many homeowners have a 32-foot ladder and are comfortable climbing up around the sky on the side of their house in order to take care of this? I will tell you, it's a lot easier if we get the prevention on before the birds move in, because if the birds get in there and build a nest, they tend to build a nest. They're starlings about 6 to 9 feet inside. They like that cavern, they like that tunnel. And so the challenge is we can't really clean the nest from the outside as well as we'd like to. I do have a drill and a brush that we can get in and get some of it out, but to really clean it properly, we need to climb in the attic and take that ductwork apart, maybe even sometimes replace it. If the birds have damaged the inside, we're going to dump that nesting material out. And the sooner we do it, right now we're just about starting to get the phase where they're starting to lay eggs. We really want to address this before they start, those babies hatch and start chirping, and then we got to chase them around the attic because that's just no fun at all. So this side is preventative. The other side, we actually did have an active nest, which we cleaned out to the best of our ability and then put a basket on. And I'm going to show you how we address these right here. Step one is we're just going to clip off and remove this plastic grill because it's not really doing anything helpful for us. It's not going to benefit anybody, and it's just going to get in the way of what we want to do. So this comes off of here on every one of these vents that we're going to work on, and we're going to get rid of that. Second step is we're going to drill some holes so we have something to mount the new thing with. And you really got to be careful that you don't puncture, push too hard, you wind up cracking this because it is kind of sun damaged, and some of them there's just not much we can do. They're just going to break. We just kind of do the best we can to help prevent that. And once you've done a couple of these, you kind of get a feel for how much pressure and how much speed to use when you're running these holes in. And then we've cut these very specifically to size so that they fit in there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to slide that up underneath of the inside so it's kind of wedged back in there. We did take a camera, I took my phone, and I took a photo up in there earlier just to verify there's no nesting materials going on. So that's all clean. We're going to wedge this in between the J channel and the vent, and I'm kind of thankful that the builder used the same technique on pretty much all these houses, which makes this process just a little bit more consistent and easier. Then we take this grill, we tuck it up in the side so the birds can't get in, and we bend this up around the outside so they can't sneak in that way, and grab a couple of zip ties. I have gone back and checked on hounds that we did 5 years ago and better, and the zip ties are still holding up. That might be something that eventually has to get replaced, but I figure 5 years is a pretty good run. I'm pretty happy with that. So we're going to zip tie this guy in here, pull that in, bend this over, and we're going to do this on all 4 sides, get all 4 of these holes put in. And that's going to make it pretty impenetrable for the birds. If we have an active nest, I'll clean out what I can from the outside, and then we'll put this grill up to keep them from getting in, because when I disconnect the vent on the inside and the attic work, which we can't do right now due to the current situation, but we'll schedule that for after that's over. When we go in to clean out the inside vent, I don't want mommy bird trying to sneak back in when I've got the pipe off, because then she's flying around the attic and that's a problem. So you can hear them trying to get in once we've put this up, and it's pretty effective. The challenge is once we seal this up, if that house isn't protected, they may try to move next door. Now, from what I can tell, it looks like we've done that one previously, so I think they're going to be all right. But you definitely want to do this as a preventative, because doing this on the front end is a lot more cost effective than paying us by the hour to climb around in the attic and take things apart and try to clean it out. Way better to take care of it up on the front end to keep them from getting in. Now, what if you have a dryer vent, or instead of these bath exhaust vents that are 6 inches in diameter, if you have just a normal 4-inch vent, what do we do for those? Well, I'm glad you asked. We have ordered a whole series of these. We probably have 20 or 30 in stock. and they're real effective for keeping them out. We learned that they don't do so well against squirrels, but that's a whole nother story. And when I put these up, we add the extra layer of precaution. These are designed to be opened and cleaned. But when I put these up, we absolutely want to zip tie them shut so that the birds can't open them up. So we put that in, and then I'll clip that off and make it so that that's, you know, they're not going to be able to break that open and get in there unless they're really, really determined. But for the most part, we haven't had a problem. Once we get these on there, they just go right over, screw right into the house, and that solves that problem for you. So that's how we deal with birds. If you live in the Inniscrone area or anywhere in the surrounding region right here in West Grove, I would encourage you to get hold of us if you have this style vent or you have a 4-inch dryer vent on the back of your house. We really want to get in and get that taken care of for you before the birds moved in. I think we did 30 or 40 homes last year, and every year that number seems to increase. So prevention, way better than having to go in and clean them out after the fact. So if we can help you solve a problem, my name is Drew with 𝗗𝘁'𝘀 Construction and Renovation. We are your Pennsylvania home improvement contractor, number 88078. If you need help with something around your house, give us a call, 484-748-0008. Choose option 2 for 𝗗𝘁 Construction and Renovation, and extension 2 for new projects. And our office staff will be happy to assist you weekdays, 9:30 in the morning until 2 in the afternoon. We are doing virtual estimates, so if you're looking to renovate your kitchen, your bathroom to a finished basement, send us some pictures, send us some measurements. We have other videos on how that system works. You can check that out here on our page, or I'll link to our blog where you can read about that. And we'd be happy to get those kind of in the pipeline for you, so when all this stuff breaks and everybody gets back to work, all those projects that didn't get done are suddenly stacked up, and it's going to be difficult to get on the schedule. So we want to get that process started with you now. We can start talking about budgets now. We can start making your selections now. And that way, as soon as the dam releases, we can jump out there and get things taken care of for you. Remember, when we finish a project for you, you'll be saying it's not just done. It was 𝗗𝘁 built. We'll catch you guys in another video. Bye for now.